Hi, welcome to Ranging Country. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Peter.
And we're here today. We're doing a calibre test. We've seen a lot of, we get asked quite a lot. We've been asked quite a lot over the years. And we've seen quite a lot of chatter over on the forums recently.
Yeah.
177 versus 22. What's better? What are they best for? So we're going to try and do a nice comprehensive review and get you guys some answers. So here we go.
The pressure's on.
Let's get into it.
So we've chosen almost identical guns. One's a bit longer than the other one, but we've got this, both BSA R12s. This one is a 22, and this one here, a bit shorter one, is a 177. Identical scopes. We're going to do a shoot at 25 yards, 25 meters on our indoor range. Same pellets, Air Arms Diablo field pellets in both calibers. And then we're going to take them out on our range and we're going to shoot them at 40, 50 and 60 yards if I can hit the target or see the target at those distances. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yep. Could we go? Obviously, we'll see how much drop they've got and see how hard they hit at that distance.
It's going to take some 60 yards. We're probably going to be on holdover, aren't we? Because we're only on sort of 17 centimetre targets. So we're going to have a bit of drop at that. So I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, let's give it a go. Let's first answer the age-old debate. Which one's more accurate? So,
what, me or you?
Yeah, brilliant. Which caliber's more accurate? So let's have a little pause. We'll get set up and we'll have a go at shooting.
Let's do it. So we're going to start shooting the 22 first. So I choose the red magazine. And let's see how we can get on with this one. That went before I was ready. Luckily, it was a one-to-bad shot. It probably is going to be which one's more accurate, you or me.
Yeah.
Probably going to be the case. They are beautiful to shoot, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a reason we've selected the R12s. They're probably our favourite rifles at the minute. We've always liked when we've got a chance to review them. We always like when we get a chance to shoot them. And they're always pretty bang on.
It's making a mess of that target, isn't it?
Mm.
So I'm going to call that a day, I think, at that.
It's quite a bit. They're quite big pellets, aren't they? So
they
it's quite a big hole.
Yeah. Now I'm going to put that one to one side. So it's a 2-2. I'm happy with that, with my shooting. Look at what magnification I've got that one. Probably similar, yeah. Okay. going to have to wind the magnification up for going further than the 25 though, with my eyes. Typical R12.
That's putting the 2.2 to shame, though.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Where did that go?
Same old. I'm just going to go back to the 2.2.
I was going to say that's pretty conclusive, or it's conclusive that you can't shoot.
Right, we know that anyway, don't we? I'm going to give that a little bit more magnification.
What were you going for?
I was going for the numbers.
Oh, you were intentionally aiming to hit exactly where you hit.
Yeah. I was aiming for the number 3, and it's that's where my crosshairs are, on the number 3. Oh. That one dropped low.
That would do it.
That would definitely do it. Okay, so we needs a bit more air in this one.
That's you know what that is. So the rifle's basically empty, which is a big.
It wasn't doing bad, was it?
No, considering it's at 50 bar. The problem is on a 2.2 rifle with that size cylinder, you often forget that you need to fill it.
You do. It's like a vehicle with a huge fuel tank, isn't it? It's like, what's that light? Oh, it's a fuel light.
Shall we maybe keep all this in, but we'll come back when we've refilled the rifle and reset our targets?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Be back with you shortly.
So we've refilled the magazine with pellets, and we've refilled the cylinder with air. And I'm just going to have another little shoot and just see how we can perform with the 2.2 again. Now I'm going to go for a bit lower position.
Safety catch.
So I've got a different. That's what I'm going to be aiming at. That's better. No, it's got some air in it.
Yeah, it looks a bit better now.
That was me. Was that 5 shots?
Yeah.
Oh.
So is the conclusion that you can't shoot, or is the conclusion that 2.2 is less accurate?
We know I can't shoot, so I mean, those first few were bang on, weren't they? Nice little pattern. Like a Mercedes symbol.
Yeah. If you squint, I guess.
Yeah. That's I'm happy with that. Now we've got some air, it's shooting a lot better.
There we go.
Definitely. So, I mean, that's certainly got the edge.
Yeah.
The 177.
The 177 is more accurate, basically. The 2.2 will do it, but the size of the hole that it makes will always be bigger because the pellet itself is bigger. So there you go. So if you want to make the smallest hole in a target, then you want the 177. Okay. Shall we take them down the range?
We're going to take these out and we're going to, try and make different distances now.
Okay. We will see you shortly. Okay, here we are ready and set up. So we're obviously outside on the range, so apologies if there's any audio issues. We're not in our lovely soundproof studio anymore. So we've got targets set out, as you'll see in our stills that we'll sort of put in as we can. We've got targets set out at 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 yards. We're using the 177 and the 2.2, both Air Arms pellets, 8.4 grain and 16 grain. Both guns are roughly the same power, about 11.3, 11.4-ish, 11.4 foot-pounds, something like that. So you're going to have a go. I'm
going to try.
Take a shot with one, see what it does, and then try it back to back with the other Calibre as well.
So now we've got a little bit of a breeze today. Now on our range here, I don't know how many people will know, we're surrounded by 8-foot bales, so we've got a bit of eddying going on with the winds when it gets a bit breezy. So it's very hard to predict which way the wind's blowing. So
the groups might open out, but the drop should be about the same. So the point of the video should still stand, whether we get good groups or not.
We're not. This isn't an accuracy demonstration, because for a start, Air Arms pellets may not be the best pellets for these rifles, but it's just a case of using the same for both. So here we go for 20 yards. No.
So the guns are, as you saw in our sort of studio tunnel section of shooting, they're zeroed at 25 meters, 27 or 8 yards, something like that. So this 20 yards will be an interesting test to see what they're like a little bit closer. Normally I've got a little monitor, but today I don't, so I just get to look at the trees, I guess.
Probably do 4 pellets on each one. We'll see how we go. So that is the 177 shot at 20 yards. I'm going to swap these over. Going for the 2.2 now at 20 yards. Now these are, or just say these aren't new guns. These are just 2 second-hand guns off our sale rack in the shop, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why the bottles are different. Yeah, they're not. We just happen to have 2 in at the same time, almost identical apart from the bottles, almost identical power. So I thought, there you go, gets them out to see the light of day.
So here we go, the 2.2 shooting at 20 yards. The shot was a little bit high. Yeah, you can't give feedback, can you? On where
I can't see
where the shots are going. So a bit high and to the left on this one.
So I can see that. So I can see it when it's in the light, in the white and the yellow.
That's interesting.
What, that it's a bit high?
Yeah, high and left, yeah.
I thought it would be.
So that's 4 shots. The 177 wasn't.
Well, do you want to stay on 2.2 and then do 30? So you change your guns around.
Yeah, can do that. We're going to have to move the camera. So we're just going to have to take a little break.
Good point. Back with you shortly. Okay, ready and raring to go. Reset up after our little break. We went for a little spotting scope, but we didn't have it. Didn't have one. So we've gone for a little scope from
Put it in
the
a safe
studio.
place.
Yeah, we lost it, yeah.
Can't find it. Okay. So this is 30 yards.
That's the 2.2 one.
This is the 177.
This is the
I've gone
177.
back to the 177 again, yeah. Again, nice little breeze on the trees at the back there. We know that 177 is affected more by breeze and wind. Okay, 2 little groups there.
But they're basically in the centre.
Roughly, yeah. So, off to 2-2 again. Off to 2-2 land. Okay. Now we are mixing up our metric and our imperial here, aren't we? We zeroed at 25 in the studio, and we're working in yards out here.
Yeah.
So we team both these guns up with Hawk fast mount scopes. These are the 4-16 variety, and they're rather good.
They're the same ones that we use on our Viroarc H100 club guns, as you'll have seen in our club gun video couple months ago, something like that. Now, obviously, both of these rifles are set up at this 30, so this is a bit of a formality. They both should be going through the same, through the centre.
Well, we're
roughly.
25 yards, weren't we? So that's probably 25 metres, which is, yeah.
About 20, yeah. That's quite...
We shouldn't have really confused it, should we? Confuse the matters, but. Very little between 20 and 30. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
So,
quick camera change, and then we'll be back. Okay, reset up at 40 now. Let's give them a go. This is starting with the 177 again, and then we'll go with the second. Go with the 2.2.
now this is where things are going to start getting interesting, I think.
This is when we're going to start really noticing the difference.
This is where things are going to change. Yeah. So, my eyes for a start. This is where your side focus scopes come into their own, isn't it?
Yeah, something like
They do
this.
spoil you, yeah. Definite drop there, isn't there?
That was a good
it's
way
from
down.
30 to 40. Noticeable. So looking in my Hawk fast mount scope.
Remember, you're on 16 mag.
Yeah. That is just a shade over 1 mil dot drop. So I'd have needed to be a 1 mil dot holdover for that.
Are you on 10 mag? You're on 16 mag,
I'm
aren't
on
you?
16.
So it's not a mil dot, is it?
Is it not a mil dot?
No, because you're on 16 mag.
Well, I'll let you explain that.
Well, so A second focal plane scope, as it zooms in, the crosshairs in the centre stay the same size relative to scope. So relative to what you're looking at, they'll change size. Looks like just under. Wait for the car to pass. Looks like just under a mil dot through this. I can't quite hold it steady enough. So obviously this is on 10 times magnification, and Hawk have set this scope up to be full mil dot on 10 magnification. Which, if you want to know the spacings and that, Google it, 'cause I can't explain it that well.
But looking in my scope at 16 magnification, that's roughly 1 mil dot in the scope. Pretty accurate still, but again, I said, this isn't an accuracy test, so
It's very accurate, 40.
yeah, that's not bad at all.
We've shot some guns in the studio at 25 metres indoor
Yeah.
that's done worse than that.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
So this is the 2.2 now.
So we know 2.2 is a heavier pellet, and it gets affected less by the breeze and the wind. But we are going to have more drop, and exactly how much drop we get, we are going to find out.
Yeah. Because obviously there's the same power, but to make that power, this one has to go slower, basically.
So there I'm aiming at the bull.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Big drop, isn't it? So I can look through the scope. Yeah.
I think it's roughly double the amount of drop.
Well, in my scope, that would be 2.5 of my dots. Hold over. I would need to get a bull at that. And that's 40 yards. Rather accurate still.
I was going to say accurate enough.
Yeah.
Okay, on to 50 yards now then.
Yeah. Quick reset.
Okay, 50 yards, here we go. So again, 177 first, and we'll see what's what.
Now what we've done here, we've actually stapled 2 targets together vertically, haven't we?
Yeah, as you'll see in the camera down there. Because, well, we have to. You'll soon see why.
Especially for the 2.2. So this is 50 yards, 177.
Still on that first target, only just. It's about where we were with the 2.2 at 40.
Yeah, I'm about 2.25 of my dots. I would have to be above that to get a bull. Before anybody says my £20 SMK is more accurate than that, we did say it's not an accuracy test.
And this is 50 yards in the breeze.
Yeah, and we haven't pellet tested for both guns, so.
And
Well, that's not bad though, is it?
And you don't realise how far 50 yards is when you have to do it multiple times.
Yeah. You mean to run down and move the camera?
Exactly, when you realise how unfit you are. That's pretty bang on.
That's not bad at all. 2-2.
2-2.
So we're expecting quite a drop from this one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you'll notice these target holders, we actually made all these target holders ourselves, specifically for our range. Now, that target holder that we're shooting, well, all of them, they have about 2-inch wide fingers, steel fingers suspended by on a threaded bar, and that's to stop because we were having the problem of too many pellets being bouncing out of the pellet catcher. So we wanted to retain as many of the pellets as we can for environmental reasons. Okay, that's a full target down.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Again, it's about double. It's a big drop.
I'm out of my dots.
You're like 10cc.
That was love, wasn't it?
Wasn't 10cc, was it? It was an air supply.
All out of love.
Yeah. You got the joke.
I did, yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it. I think I'm wrong.
It could well have been air supply, actually. Before your time, I think. So you do well to... Still not bad on accuracy, you know, for
It's not.
a bog standard air arms pellet straight out the tin that we don't know if they like.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. I mean, you could, with practice and with pellet selection, you could hone that a lot tighter.
Yeah.
And a decent shooter.
Yeah, also that. You
that
may see on the camera down there of the targets actually blowing, or they were earlier. So there's a little bit of breeze. Okay, last little pause, and then we'll see you at 60. Okay, back at 60. This is the furthest we're going to go. It's the furthest that we've got down the range here. See what happens.
Now, we know a lot of people do not shoot at 60 yards. I don't think there's many of our members who would be shooting regularly at this distance. Is there?
Yeah, it's a long old way for an air
It is.
gun.
It is. It's a long old way for my old eyes to see. Okay.
So again, aim point is the same. It's the center of the topmost target.
I'm nearly a whole target down on this one now.
Yeah, you are. You're not far off the bull of the bottom target.
Yeah.
So that's something like 2.5 mil dots on 10 mag.
Yeah. Accuracy is wide, opening up a bit at that distance with these pellets.
Yeah.
This is where your pellet selection is crucial. I'll just take a couple more of those because this is our last distance target. breeze seems to have dropped in places. It's very swirly.
The 50 was very good, but this has opened out a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot harder to shoot at this distance than you imagine, isn't it?
Yeah. It's doing it though.
Yeah. One more.
It is doing it.
It's not bad at all, is
Three
it?
through the same hole.
Yeah. So that's the 177. So now you were talking, I was doing a power test as well, weren't you? And
Yeah.
How do you want to set that out?
We'll come to that shortly. I mean, we'll try that over different distances, basically the same sort of setup, and see what the power.
Or do we just try
differences.
to, like 50 yards, just see how much hitting force we can show on probably on two targets, a heavy target and a complete spinner.
Yeah, we'll try it.
Yeah. Right. This is going to be interesting. This really is. I don't know what to expect here. Aim point again, it's the ball on the top target. See that?
No.
Green on the third target down. 10:30. Should have had the spotting scope, shouldn't we? See it?
Oh, yeah. The outer green.
Now that target is blowing about a bit, so we'll have a few more shots into this one. You see that?
Oh yeah, it's dropped a little bit more though, hasn't it?
Well, those last two have been
In the yellow.
very, very close. I am having to concentrate a lot more on this. In the green, middle green. Have a few more shots. Quite enjoying this. Wow.
There you go. It will do it.
Wow. That's pretty good. I mean, air arms are a quality pellet, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just whether they suit these barrels as well as something else would. Wow. And in this instance, there's no point using QYS in the 177.
Because they don't do a 2-2.
We haven't got the 2-2 QYS. And one more shot. It's quite good. I'm enjoying this.
Cool.
That is really, really quite good.
I can see the target blowing about from here.
I don't think you can knock that, can you?
I mean, I think that's pretty conclusive. Should we do the power test before we go into conclusion?
Let's do that.
Okay, we'll have one more little reset and then we'll do the power test and then we'll go into a conclusion. Okay, here we are set up. So we've got, as you'll see on the camera down there, we've got a couple little spinners set up down the range there. We're at 50 yards. We're starting with the 177 again, and then we'll do the 22. And we're just going to see the amount of power, the amount of hitting power that they've got at that sort of distance. I think it'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, we're just seeing the reaction of those targets, aren't we? If they get hit, I may add, because as you said, they are small targets.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, let's have a go. So we'll start off with the 177. I have got the guide next to it to show how much drop there is.
So as I say, they were both about the same power coming at the muzzle. So right here, about 11.3-ish. So
we've got to remember that the 177 is nearly half the weight, haven't we?
Yeah.
But travelling a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and, so let me have a look at how much holdover I need. Okay. So let me try the smaller target and see how fast we can make that spin. I hit it.
It hit it. It hit it quite well.
That wasn't a bad shot, was it? Give it a good spin, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. You try the big one?
Yeah. Okay, dead centre, and I mean dead centre, and it rocked it.
Yeah, it worried it. It hit pretty damn hard still.
Now, I will have a look. We're happy with those?
Yep.
I will have a look down there if we can find the pellets. We might not.
I think
The grasses are probably a bit long.
I think you're very hopeful. But
Well, we'll get the lead magnet out. If only. Right, so now the 2-2, let's focus. Oh, it's not bad at all there. So now we're looking at the top of the post of the bottom of the reticle. So let's see if we can hit the small one first. This will be a,
you're brave going for the small one.
yeah, stupid, I'd say, not brave. Missed. I don't know how many pellets I've got in this magazine, but just under it and to the left. I will hit it.
You're worrying it. There you go. That spun.
So that hit him. Bottom right, just clipped it on the bottom right hand corner.
Okay.
So
it wasn't full on hit.
No, it wasn't full on hit.
But it still made it spin quite a bit faster.
Yeah. I'll take another one of that. Try and get it in the same place as the 177 hit. We're going to have to look back on that on video and just see how much they rock.
The smaller one definitely spanned more with the 2.2 than it did for the 177.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit better shot on it. Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Why did that hit it? Still on the bottom edge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can wrap up then.
Yeah.
So, that kind of solidifies what we've always said. 177's a bit easier to shoot with. It's a bit more
Predictable.
Yeah. A bit easier to, if you get your range wrong by 5 yards. If you get your range wrong by 5 yards in the 2.2, you could miss. You could very comfortably miss. The 2.2 will hit harder when it gets there, as we saw, but it does drop about double the 177.
Mm.
You could put heavier pellets into a 177, and then it would hit a little bit harder,
Drop more.
but then it would drop a little bit
Yeah.
more. So there's swings and roundabouts of everything.
It is, yeah.
So I don't think there's necessarily one
There's no winner, is there?
conclusion.
There's no.
Yeah.
When people say what's best, 177 or 2.2, it's like neither. You know, the horses for courses, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
If you had a tree at the bottom of your bottom of your garden, and you had squirrels in that tree, They had a little feeder at the bottom of it, and they kept coming to that one feeder, that one range. The 2.2 will hit harder, and you don't care about holdover. You don't care about range. You can set it up at that distance.
Because you're not changing distances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just set it up at that one distance, and it will hit harder when it gets there. So for that instance, objectively, a 2.2 is better. 177 will make a smaller hole, and in this instance, it was, I think, more accurate. The 2.2 will do it, as we saw. It will get same hole groups, but it was a bit easier to do it with the 177. So for target work, I'll go 177.
I think for hunting, you can at shorter distances get over penetration with your 177, can't you?
Yeah.
And it will actually travel straight through your, if you're shooting a rat.
Yeah.
It can go straight through. With your 2.2 will make a bigger wound tract and transfer more energy to it.
Yeah.
Do more damage. But we still wouldn't advise which is best, 177 or 2.2. Horses for courses, what are you doing with it?
It's not much for conclusion, really, but it's yeah. There we go. That's hopefully we've laid out all the facts that we can for everyone.
Do you know, I've enjoyed it as well, and it's been quite enlightening for me.
Yeah, I think this will be quite a long video, so I hope everyone's made it through. We've tried to get everything in, trying to be as sort of scientific as possible. Yeah, and obviously 2.2 pellets are more expensive. So that could come into play. If you're just sat target shooting, a 177 is going to be much cheaper.
Yeah.
There
we go.
Yeah.
So, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much for getting this far in the video.
Yeah, if you have got this far.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.